Hello, my name is Marlene Engelhorn. I'm a multi-millionaire heiress from a billionaire family. And I'm from Austria, where neither wealth nor inheritance are being taxed. So I co-founded an initiative called Tax Me Now, where wealth holders, just like me, come together and ask and advocate for more taxation on wealth and inheritances. Personally, what to do with my wealth when it's not taxed has been a question I grappled with for a while, and I could have gone into philanthropy, but when I took a closer look, I could tell that philanthropy is just a really, really bad joke in the faces of all the people that are currently being abused and discriminated by through our capitalist worldwide system. Philanthropy reinforces power, especially power from white people like me from the global north. So what could I do that is not using the traditional forms of power and oppression and still redistribute my wealth when it's not being taxed? Because tax is the democratic way of doing it. So ideally, this would have been done. Since the government failed to do so, I decided to get as close as possible to all the democratic and transparency principles that uphold our society in Austria. And I created a citizens' assembly called Guter Rat für Rückverteilung, translates to Good Council for Redistribution, where 50 people that were drawn by the lot and then in a second round drawn by representative criteria come together over 6 weekends to debate how wealth inequality affects society and what we could do about it. And I gave them 25 million out of my inheritance, which is the largest chunk, to then make these ideas concrete and not just remain in the void. I wanted democratic participation. I wanted inclusion and transparency. And so I got as close as possible by using the democratic tool that is currently very much scrutinized by governments worldwide to face all sorts of crises, which is citizens' assembly. Ask the people that are affected by the decision that I take to be the ones to take the decision. Who am I to think that just because I was born wealthy, that I get to decide over the lives of others, that I get to create realities, that I get to choose what is good? We see that people like me, from my class, from the richest percent worldwide, are the ones that create climate crises disproportionately while making those who are affected by it pay. This can't continue. If philanthropy takes itself seriously, it has to abolish itself. It has to think, I should make sure that I'm not needed anymore so that the people that I'm currently supporting can become independent and free and do it their own way with their own means, because they're not dependent anymore of the wealth of especially white Europeans like myself, white Northern Americans like, for instance, US citizens. That's where wealth is hoarded. It's hoarded there through the system of distribution. We can change that through democratic practices, through taxation, but also individually. We can ask philanthropy to be more than just a little PR gag that helps us have a good conscience at night, while at the same time it does nothing to reduce white supremacy, to reduce patriarchy, and to reduce the harms of capitalism that it inflicts on people and planet. We can change these things. We don't have to remain classical philanthropists. We can redistribute power. We can step back as wealth holders, learn to listen, and become one of many, such as it should be in a democracy, instead of pretending that we are the so-called good kings of this world, because we're not. I ask of everybody here to consider that, to consider what the borders of philanthropy should be, what the boundaries should be, what it should respect, and how we can forward all of our endeavors in a democratic way by making those affected by every kind of choice part of the decision-making process. Thank you very much.